fudge, don't be a grump. Hello everyone, it is absolute chaos in this house right now. Let me show you what everything looks like. I'm stressed. I've got these two rascals that are at each other's throats all day, every day. Don't worry, they don't get into fights. It's just a lot of warnings. But she keeps chewing up my rug, so I've had to like block off this entire thing with this gate, and she keeps jumping over the entire couch. So I've like tried to barricade it as much as possible, which has only been partly successful. I have spider mites, so I'm just freaking doing plant stuff, and there's dishes, and there's toys everywhere, and there's fur and slobber everywhere. Everything is just a hot mess. But do you want to see the scariest part of all of this, which is why you are here today? Feast your eyes on this. This atrocity that you're looking at is our glorified storage room, which we like to call our office. So obviously you can see in this little corner, this is where Vince is. This is my little corner, and it has just exploded with crap. It is so ugly in here. It's so messy. I've wanted to get new desks for us so that like the setup is a little bit better. I've wanted to get an actual like media cabinet for this and like shelving here, and it's just never worked out. So this is my life every day. They just follow me and they never stop. So I wanted to obviously like sit down and talk about this video, but every time I sit down, they just go berserk wherever I am. So let me just see if I can sit down here. Okay, so this is the best I can do. So it is not in my budget to like redo the entire office, nor is it a priority for me at all now that I come to think of it, because nobody goes in there except for Vince and I. And realistically, I really just want it to be decluttered. I want to get rid of things that like we don't need in there anymore. I want to go through our storage. And I just want it to be essentially reorganized and just clean. I'm not really trying to do like a full makeover, at least at this time. I don't know how much longer we're even going to be in this apartment. So to me, it's not really worth trying to invest the money in furniture that fits such an oddly shaped room. So yeah, not going to do that, but there's so much to go through. I have old things from my business. I switched from both physical and digital business to now just digital, so I have all of this excess stuff that I don't need. I have all of these shipping supplies. I have arts and crafts stuff. There's just so much that's packed into that room, and it stresses me out. And because I've known that I wanted to do this big declutter, everything kind of just gets pushed into where it can fit, and it's just gotten out of hand now. So this video is going to be part one of many of this office storage room declutter, because it's going to take me a while. Honestly, we're already at the end of March, and I wanted to finish this like New Year's decluttering or reorganizing by February. Obviously, I'm a month behind, but that's because I'm filming. I've needed to wait for things to come in, etc. But yeah, just keep in mind, this is going to be one of many. I think I'm just going to tackle like one specific cabinet today, or even maybe just one side of the closet, something. Just anything to get started, anything to get the ball rolling on this project, because of everything that's been on my to-do list in terms of cleaning in this house. That has been my number one most stressful area to even wrap my mind around, and that's why I've saved it for last. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna attempt to do it with Millie here. She is a lot, and I feel like once I start taking everything out, she's gonna want to go through everything and shred everything. So we're gonna see how this goes. But yeah, let's just get started. So I'm just gonna give you a tour of this whole of a room before I get started. So this room is right off the entrance, and it is where the breaker is, which is why I have this big frame. I can't walk you. You will literally drag me. Yesterday, ow. Ow. Can you not? You have razor sharp teeth. Nope. Nope. Can I have my hand back, please? No, don't bite me. Yesterday I took her for a walk. No. And she literally dragged me. It was very embarrassing. So anyway, yeah, that's why that random frame is there, because I don't want the box showing. And then here is like, it was sort of an afterthought. It was the only place I could think of that would work to put the Dyson, but like this needs a shelf or like something. Everything is just sort of on the floor. And then this is our sad excuse for a media cabinet. So this is my old Besta IKEA unit, and then this is like another, I don't know what line from IKEA it was, but we used to use it for our shoes, and there was like another shelf in here which I ripped out. We put it on top of it. This random shelf here that used to be in a bathroom, and because the TV doesn't fit on this thing, we have just a glass over it so that it can fit. But it's an atrocity. It really is very pitiful. I just want to get rid of like this already because it's in such bad shape, or I want to like stick it back in the closet. Either way, I think if there's anything I'm gonna invest in for this project in the office, it's gonna be a new media cabinet or just some kind of like sideboard or something that we can house our TV on. And if you're wondering why it's so high, it's because my husband sits here, and when he sits, he needs to be able, well, he doesn't need to, but he wants to be able to see the TV. So if it's sitting directly on the Besta unit, it's gonna be too low, which is why it's so high. Another thing I thought about doing was just keeping, babe, I cannot take you out. You have to wait for Vince to get home. I keep telling you. So another thing I was thinking of was keeping this Besta unit and then just doing like mounting it onto the wall. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought because Millie is viciously attacking me. I was thinking of just mounting the TV onto the wall and then keeping this Besta unit and nixing all of this, just getting rid of it. I do think, since this is going to be my primary area of focus in terms of like redecorating, I think that I should clear out this cabinet first. And to my recollection, this side is mostly books and the rest is just my crap, like just literal random crap that is shoved where it can fit. She has to go out, she has to pee, but I can't take her out. She will literally drag me. We have to wait. I have to wait till Vince gets home. So anyway, this is my little office area. I'm not really concerned about my, Millie, ow! So I'm not super concerned about like my office area looking like super aesthetic, matching the rest of the apartment. I really just want my office space to be kind of like where I can keep all the things that make me happy, that are, I don't know, reflective of my life and the people that I love. So I've got like all my little like letters and notes here. I have this picture of Vince, and yes, that is his real hair. He can grow a full afro. I made this for my business. This is mom and dad when they were young with me as a baby, my best friend's wedding, just like cards that I've gotten for Christmas and stuff. Millie drew this for me. Just random things. This is the tattoo that I have on my arm that people always wonder about. So like stuff like that I definitely want to keep because it makes me happy to like be around it all the time. And this is a framed thing of the last letter I ever got from my grandpa before he passed, and literally I always cry when I see it. So yeah, not much is gonna change over here, but I just want to get things like clean and stuff. And want to try and get maybe these wires organized. It's such a hot mess, you guys. It really freaking stresses me out when I see it, and I don't like it. And then things are just like super random over here. I actually need to donate these two. We're not using these anymore. all of that is stuff that my husband said he was gonna shred like ages ago and never did. And we got into like a full argument about paying like, I don't know, like $45 for a company to take it away and shred it. And he's like, no, I'm gonna do it. And never did. So Vince, if you're watching this, yes, I am publicly roasting you because I want that shit out of my house. And I'm seriously gonna give him a month before I pay $45 to have it lugged the hell out of here. Anyway, just more random stuff that I need to get rid of and organize. This closet houses primarily Vince's clothes and shoes and his sports stuff. The bottom does have, I want to say mostly my stuff, or maybe it's half and half of our stuff, but it's a lot of things that just like need to be gone through. It's like, I don't need it in here. Millie, can you get out, please? We have more storage up there and up here, and I'm not sure if that's something that we're gonna go through on in this video or in this video series, but I do want to get in there and see what's up there. I think it's just our suitcases though. Oh my gosh, this one is driving me bananas. Don't bite me. She is still crying, you guys. It's like, I would love to take her out, but it is a danger to myself, to her, and to everyone in this neighborhood if I try and take her out by myself, because she literally pulls me, and if she sees like another dog, I don't know her well enough, and I'm just too scared of what might happen, and I'm not willing to put anyone at risk. I would much rather have her pee in my house than risk the safety of us and others. Amen. We are here in my shelf area, and you guys, I'm getting itchy just thinking about like getting in here because I can see how dusty it is, and dust is like one of my #1 fears. Like, I would much rather be in the presence of a ghost than be in the presence of dust. And now I'm in the presence of dust, and probably in the presence of a ghost too. So Millie, I can't take you out, babe. I can't. And Vince is not gonna be home for another like 2 hours, and I am anxious. I'm so anxious. I don't know why I get so anxious, like when I know Pudge needs to go out and like I can't take him out in that moment. I just feel so like my, I don't know, I can't breathe. So anyway, there's just a bunch of books in here, and I don't think that this is a place for books. I do think I'm going to move the books out into the living room where the bookshelf is now, because I used to have it styled with like a bunch of kitchen stuff, but it's not in my kitchen anymore, so it doesn't quite make sense to style it that way, even though I was kind of excited for it. I just feel like this cabinet here can be utilized way better for storage that we actually need it for. So I'm just going to quickly take out all of the books, and I hope she does not knock over this camera, because girl, I cannot afford another camera. If you knock this over, your parents are not going to be happy with my invoice. Look at her. She just has my arm fully out. You know what I just realized? We have a TV mount somewhere in this apartment. I can kind of vaguely remember putting it away in storage somewhere. I think in this room, because our TV used to be mounted at our first place. And then what did we do? I can't remember, but I know we have a TV mount, which is great because it's one less thing that I have to buy. But now the question of whether my husband is gonna wanna mount the TV yeah, that's another thing, because we did not have a great time mounting our TV in our first apartment. I consider myself to be pretty, I don't know, crafty, and like, you know, I can use like the basics of like power tools, but nowhere am I like anywhere close to proficient. And yeah, the first time that we ever mounted a TV, it was a hot, flaming hot mess. I don't know if he's gonna want to get into that again, but it would be pretty great to have the TV mounted in here, to be honest. we have this right side empty, and I think the best plan is going to be to try and migrate all of these things into here, but I have to go through it first. Also, you guys might be able to hear some chomping in the background because I had to give Millie this bone to get her to calm the hell down. So I've got this random box of crap. I found this little mini photo printer at my mother-in-law's house. Realistically, I probably won't use it. The idea of it sounds appealing to me. You're so high. Okay, so the idea of it is appealing to me. It's, you know, I would love to print photos and stuff, but the chances of me actually using it are very low. But my sister, on the other hand, is someone who would 100% use this, and she has kids. So I think I'm gonna add this to my little pile of things to give her, and that will be that. I've got all of these little bits and bobs from like all my, you know, my filming equipment and stuff. Calculators, a million bajillion notepads because I'm a paper and pencil kind of person. I've got a bunch of post-it notes in here. An old phone. What does everybody do with their old phones? It just seems so silly to keep, but then seems kind of weird to just recycle. I don't know. Forgot I had this wireless charger. I should probably use this more. Glasses wiper. Okay, so just seriously the most random things, but stuff that I actually do need. So I'm gonna just keep, I guess, all of my paper stuff in here. And then I think I'm gonna create like a box of miscellaneous, of things that I can go through like whenever I have downtime, so that I'm not sitting here forever. So let me grab a box. Oh my god, she's going to town on that bone. Okay, I'm gonna fill this sage bag, and the second it gets full is when I actually have to go through it. So I'm just gonna chuck a bunch of the random stuff in here, but put all of the post-its and notepads in here. I have so many hair ties that I didn't even know that I had. A piece of hair, bane of my existence. And then I have this chicken from my grandpa, and he wrote all of our family's names on it, and it's just the most precious, most random gift I have ever received, but like one of the most precious. Like I feel like this is one of those gifts where, like, you know, knock on wood, it doesn't happen anytime soon, but when he's no longer with us, I'm just gonna look at it and I'm just probably gonna like burst into tears. And it's so random, but I love it so much. Anyway, envelopes. I have this that my brother-in-law, future brother-in-law, hopefully, made me of pudge, which I need to put up around my desk area. And then I have all of these things that I made paper plant art. I haven't thrown it away because I actually wanted to make another one for myself because I gave all of them away. Whoa, here is so much paper. There's so much paper in here. I probably don't even need all this paper, but at the same time, I don't know, I feel like paper is always good to have. And also, I'm planning out my niece and nephew's joint birthday party. It's going to have a theme, and I'm going to have to make a lot of stuff for it. So I think that it would be good to have some arts and crafts paper. You can't even see this, but it's a box of just like paperwork and things for my business. This was the first workbook that I ever created. And I was so broke when we first started that I made it a black and white workbook, but it was so freaking fun to make this, and I just kept one just for memes. And yeah, like I illustrated everything that you see in this book, and this was like one of the times in my early career where I was like, this is like the coolest job in the whole world. And yeah, it looked way better in color, obviously, but I had to print it in black and white because it was like double the price to print it in color. But it was so fun illustrating this. Like, yeah, good times, good times. So I do need to go through all of this, but obviously I'm not gonna sit here and go through paperwork with you guys. So this is gonna be another sort of thing that I organize. And you know what? I can probably just like stop filming for a second and go through this really quickly, and I will see you in a second. I managed to clear out so much of it. I'm going to donate some old filing folders. Ew, your breath stinks. I don't even think I need these anymore. I used to like be super diligent about printing everything for my tax guy because he was a little bit more old school, but he always did my taxes really, really well and super fast because I was late to do my business taxes every year. But my new guy is younger, and like my taxes are so much easier now. I don't even have to go in. I send him a few documents via email and we're done. So I'm gonna donate, I think I'm gonna donate one of them because there is one folder or one binder that has like all of our like birth certificates, receipts for expensive things in case anything ever happens, like for insurance reasons. I keep it all in there, but it's sort of like bursting at the seams. So I think I could utilize one of these and then get rid of this one. It's crazy how like I'm unable to literally push her out of the way like I can push Fudge. This dog could literally destroy me. These are my old boxes for Millie. If you knock over my camera, we're going to have issues. So I have all of these old boxes from when I used to ship flashcards, but I don't ship flashcards anymore, nor do I ever plan to. So I'm gonna ask my sister if she needs this for her new business. Okay, so she does want these, which makes me feel better. So I'm gonna also set this aside for her. And I'm pretty sure I have more in the closet. What else do I have here? I got this book for, I think it was my birthday one year. And it's just a bunch of dogs catching treats. Whoa. It's so funny. I look at this book when I'm sad and it just makes me laugh. They're so silly. Some of them miss it completely and I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be Pudge. Look at this guy. Oh, I love this. And I just love that it's the pug on the front. I have my entire series of Unfortunate Events books back here, which I don't think I'm actually gonna put in my bookshelf. So I think I'll leave it in there and just make it work. Got my old camera that I never used but should, because I can actually take some pretty great videos on it. I do have these boxes that I picked up from a local Japanese store not too long ago. If you watched, I don't remember which vlog it is now, but I think I can store, so I have this box here with a bunch of my cords and stuff, and I think I'll put those things in here. Let me give you guys a better view of what I'm actually doing. You guys have just been staring at my face. Oh, I forgot I have a whole box of crap to go through under my desk. She wants to go out. Vince isn't going to be home for an hour and a half. This is a disaster. I'm fully prepared for her to shit and pee in my house right now. I think that I need to put like all of my pens into one box because I can definitely fill an entire box with just pens and stuff. I don't like how fur and dust and hair is sticking to this thing. It's giving me the ick. Oh, found the Post-it mother load. Where did I put my Post-its again? Oh. I don't know what to do with all this crap. I'm overwhelmed. you sit down? Oh, that's a good girl. She's so adorable. I know. But you gotta stay there. I'm doing something here. I think I can put all of these boxes down here so that it's organized, but I cannot put them away until I go through this damn box because there's so much crap in there that needs to be organized. I think I'm gonna give my sister one of these because I don't need so much. I have like 4 packs of them. So dusty. Hate it. So my technique when I'm organizing things to not get overwhelmed completely is to, like, I can't quite put things like this away yet because I know that there are things that I'm going to go through in here right after that I'm going to store away in here. So I'll leave stuff like this out, but everything else that needs like a home or that needs to be put away, I'll make sure that it's put away completely so that things don't just keep piling on, because I think that's kind of where things go awry when we're organizing. It's like, you know, all the little things start to pile up, but if you make sure to handle all the little things before you start on the next sort of project or the next area, it's just way more manageable and you don't end up with like a heaping pile of things that you're like, okay, I can't deal with it, and then you end up just like shoving it in a box again. So right now what I'm doing is trying to handle all these little things that don't quite have a place yet, but will eventually have a place. So again, it does help if you can have a small bag or a small box of things, a small box where you can store things, like the little things, away in the meantime until everything's put away and has a place, so that you can go ahead and like disperse it where it belongs. But don't do it in such a huge box, or don't put them in like 10 boxes, because then you're gonna end up with 10 boxes of things you need to organize. I kind of treat it like my box of laziness with my plant stuff. It's like, if it's a manageable amount, then it's something that I'll be able to tackle eventually, and not something that I'm gonna look at and be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So once this is filled up, I'm gonna stop where I'm at. I'm not gonna organize anymore until all of this is put away. But I still have quite a bit of space left, which is good because I don't know where this stuff is freaking going, for real. If you're wondering who Olive Verona is, it is my mythical child. Vince and I always wanted, if we had a kid, our name was Olive, but that's not my name anymore, my #1 name anyway. I use that as a, did I say mythical? Fictional. I use that as a fictional person for my business when I'm creating products. Oh my god, she's in the house, I just know it. I want to put my cords somewhere, but this box, I don't know, I mean, it seems kind of big for it, but I think I have more cords in there that I can probably store away in here, so I'll keep it in here for now. I also need to label everything. I'm gonna just use my old embosser instead of my new labeler since it's right here. Oh my gosh, these boxes are attracting so much fur, it's literally not even funny. Like, what in the heck is happening? You know what, I'm not gonna label anything, the rest yet, because I don't actually quite know what's gonna go in there, but I kind of have a slight idea. Here's, I've talked a little bit about this with my OCD, primarily around fur, hair, dust. Not really with dirt, which is kind of weird. I think it's because I'm into plants. When I can see it, it's being kicked up. Even if it's not near me, if it's like in the distance, I'll feel like it's in my mouth. I can literally feel the furs and the fibers. I can feel it in my throat, and like to the point where sometimes I feel like I'm choking and my mouth just like salivates. So I just spit like 5 million times a day, and it's so annoying. And I actually get a headache from spitting so much in a day, because there's a tiny bit of pressure in my head with the spitting motion. So after like a whole day of doing it, my, like, just the front of my head is just like throbbing. So I have worked with mental health professionals about this. It's a work in progress, but it's like for real. There was someone who commented on my plant channel and was like, it's the way you loosely throw around OCD for me. Like I'm saying it in a way where like, oh, I'm such a neat freak. Like, yeah. Anyway, I'm not here to like spill my life story, but right now I'm feeling very dusty and disgusting in my mouth region, and it's not a pleasant time for me. I actually am quite disturbed. So usually it helps when I spit because I feel like I got it out, or if I just drink. Drinking is not my number one option because I feel like I'm just drinking all that stuff that I want to spit out. But for me, I'm conditioning my brain to say like, it's all in your mind. You're not actually like swallowing all this dust that you think you are. So it's just ridiculous, honestly. I still have a good amount of storage space in here. I just need to go through this second box because these things are gonna fill up freaking fast. Guaranteed. I feel like I'm getting somewhere, but like also not really. This fucking chicken. Silly goose chicken. Alright, so I'm in a pretty good spot to start taking stuff out of this box. Let me show you the box that I've been using as my footstool. I was not joking around. It's literally a whole storage box filled with random office things. And this thing has been stressing me out the house for so long. And as much as I don't want to do it, I kind of do. So hot glue gun, my beading stuff for my friendship bracelets, my little mat that I use for crafts, which should not have been stored this way because look how warped it is now. Old laptop that I need to clear my files from, and I'm just going to donate it or recycle it or give it to someone in the neighborhood that needs it, even though it is painfully slow. I have this wireless keyboard that honestly I could probably just sell because I use the extended keyboard, so I don't need it. Christmas ornaments, Christmas lights. I have all of these stickers that I took from my mother-in-law's house, which I've been just sticking on like plants and stuff that I sell or give away. So those, I need those. I need them. I have all of these baggies, which my sister is starting a new business with my mom, which I personally am very excited for. And I think that she's gonna need these. Where's my freaking phone? Okay. Oh my god, this freaking chicken. I'm like literally checking in boxes to see if I put it in there. Oh my gosh. Found it. At least it wasn't in the fridge this time because the amount of times I find my phone in the fridge is astonishing. I have a bunch of pens in here, and we do have a box for pens now, so I'm gonna go in here and try and find all the pens and just put them in here. Pens, highlighters, markers, whatever, it's all going in here. Okay, those are all the pens, but I know I have more pens, like a lot more pens in my closet. So I have all these Christmas decorations that I can set aside because I think, have a box for Christmas stuff, although this is also a good box to use for Christmas stuff, so maybe I'll stick them in here. Hooks for Christmassy things. I don't know why the Sam Hell I have a million bajillion locks. Where in the heck did these come from? Why does one person need so many locks? So I do feel like I can keep some locks, like for my luggage. Like, does this even work? Or I have these random baggies, storage bags. I think we can use this for my sister's kids' party. More phones. And you know what? These phones are actually like all in like pristine shape because I'm so neurotic about caring for my phones and like keeping them in a case with what you call a protector, a condom on it. I'm not quite overwhelmed yet, but I feel like I'm slowly starting to. Yep, I'm there. I'm there. I've arrived. You know, I do these things where I'm like, you know, like you buy stuff from IKEA and you're like, oh, I'm gonna need this later. I'm gonna need it, so I'm gonna put it somewhere safe. I put it somewhere safe. I put it in a glove, but what is it for? Who does this belong to? I'm the bane of my own existence. Ew, okay, another OCD. Now I feel like there's dust in my drink that came in through the straw because I've been pulling stuff out. And now I can't drink this. I can't. Fudge. Is it just me? My mom could literally text me anything. She could be like, what's in that recipe again? Or she'll be like, oh, I sent you an email. And I'll want to cry. Every time I see my mom's name pop up on my phone, I get emotional. I'm like, I think I just miss my mom a lot. I think I'm like super homesick. And this isn't even like the longest that I've been away from home. It's just for some reason, since the last trip, I think because the last trip was so much fun and it was just like, I don't know, that trip felt different. I'm just so effing homesick. Who is this for? Ember. Oh, I forgot I had that. You know that cup that you sit on a thing, this thing, and it keeps it warm? Yep, I was looking for that. More cords. And stickers galore everywhere. I'm gonna stick one on my face so that we're happy and not sad. Okay, I think this will be my little miscellaneous box of like crafty things where I'll put miscellaneous things of crafty things. Oh my gosh, my mom just sent me another text. I feel like freaking crying. What is wrong with me? So emotional. We're almost through with this box. Y'all, believe it or not. Believe it or not. This is gonna go into Halloween storage. I only really put this out during Halloween. I'm going to compile a box. These are things that I want to try and sell. These are like really expensive eyeglasses that I really don't feel great about just like giving away because like some of them are like $300 for real. The printer has to stay on top of here because it doesn't actually fit inside. It is so dusty up there. I am retching. Okay, here is the finished product in this little corner. So again, I emptied this out because we're gonna get rid of this, mount the TV right here, and then just have this guy on its own. Down here are my books, camera stuff, and then those boxes that I showed you earlier. Inside of the cabinet, I have all of my paperwork, binder stuff, paper, post-its, cords inside of there. And then down here are all my camera stuff. I've got my beading stuff down there, hole puncher, and my tape. So for the most part, everything is pretty, everything has kind of found its spot. There's still a lot of space left for storage if I need it, which I probably will once I clean out the closet. Moving on to the desk area, I no longer have that storage box under my desk, which is a huge relief. This box here, this bag, are things that I need to go through, but I'm gonna wait till it's filled up more, probably in the next video, and then that's the stuff that I'm gonna give to my sister. In this corner, kind of just like miscellaneous stuff. I think once I clear this top part, I'll figure out what the plan is gonna be in terms of that area, but honestly, this is as good as my desk is gonna look. I just need it to be functional. Nothing fancy, but I at least got things cleaned up and organized, dusted off, and I did end up setting up my little ember cup here. And yeah, hung Pennywise. This is pretty much the same. Now this. It's kind of like I just migrated everything over. But you know, we've got a long way to go. This I'm going to donate tomorrow, and then now I have an empty storage box for the stuff in here. I got kicked out of the office and I have to be a little quiet because my husband just came home and had to jump straight into a meeting. But that honestly, we just scratched the surface. I feel like I should feel more accomplished than I feel, but I don't. And I think it's because I know how much more there is to go through in the office and in our storage, but you know what? You cannot finish if you don't start. So this is me starting. Hopefully it gets the ball rolling and I feel more motivated to like get in the closet and get into storage and start like really downsizing things. And yeah, today is just a reminder of how much crap we have in this apartment, and I really am going to try and be better about being more mindful about what we bring in here because it's just too much. If I had to guess, I think that this office clean out is going to take at least 6 videos. That's my guess. So 5 more after this. We've got a long way to go, but hopefully this maybe shows you that you are not alone in keeping things that you didn't even know you had and letting things accumulate, and it's never too late to just start cleaning things out. Even if you don't get the whole thing done, just little by little at a time is better than nothing. Next week we're going to be back with a vlog, and then the week after I think we will either be back in here for more spring facelift makeover stuff, or we'll be back in the office doing more cleaning. Hopefully by then I have already told my husband the plan for mounting the TV. Honestly, I'm a bit hesitant to tell him because I feel like he's gonna roll his eyes into the back of his skull. But he knows that when I have my mind set on something, it's gonna happen, regardless if he wants to do it or not. So yeah, I just gotta find the mount. I think what I'm gonna do is once I'm like cleaning out the storage, I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, remember we have this mount that we bought a long time ago that we're not getting our money's worth from? Like, we should mount the TV. Isn't that such a great idea? And then he'll be like, maybe so. Or he'll be like, no. So anyways, yeah, I hope this maybe inspired you to get cleaned up. If it didn't and you're just sitting there watching, that's okay too. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it though, because it helps me and Pudge a lot on this little tiny microscopic vlog. And we will see you in the next one.